I think I've solved the Phoenix Vanquish performance problem, and it's as simple as replacing that and a couple of these.
And after doing this a bunch, I see now there are actually two stages to problem 3. The first stage is getting the back wheel up. There we go, that's the first stage done. Now the second stage is keeping this back wheel up on the rock here and bringing it around. Now the dig's locked at the moment. There we go.
There we go. All right. So I'm actually using the home servo. Look how strong this thing is. There we go. That's digging up. Nice. There we go. Wasn't quite as technically satisfying as when we popped up with the dig, but we still did it. And that, my friends, is how you do all 6 problems with one change to this truck. One. And that's just these longer shocks. Yes, there's a bit of brass underneath the spring on the front, but that's just how it was from my TRX4. I don't believe that was necessary. Just that extra 10 mil of reach. We've replaced the stock 80 mil shocks with the TRX4 90 mil shocks. It doesn't really matter what shocks they are, it's just that bit of extra length. And we had to adjust the panhard and the steering rod accordingly so that it would work, so that the geometry was still good. You could also adjust the upper or lower links depending on what you wanted to do, just to get the axles to pivot quite correctly, because with a little bit more height your angles are a little bit out, but it's only 10 mil, so it didn't actually make that much difference. Overall, the Phoenix now is so much nicer, and it's actually amazing how much difference just making that change has made. You can look closely here, hopefully, yeah. See the rubber's starting to come off. These tires are starting to really wear in now. See the wear? Like the rubber's really starting to break up a bit. The tires are actually softening as well. With more use, that's been a good thing. So what the Vanquish really needs is a really strong servo. So the Holmes SHV 500, the 800's overkill, but the 500's good. That runs off 3S, that's a direct line off 3S. And just an extra 10 mils or 1 centimeter of suspension reach. It's roughly the same amount of travel. It's a little bit more travel, but it's more just getting these wheels a bit lower. Yes, we have portals already, but we need to get down just a little bit more. And honestly, it's just that extra bit of reach that makes all the difference on the rocks. This thing is now smooth as silk. It's really nice. Couple that with the drive we did as well, we got, I think, a score of -29 and -30. So we have 1 perfect score and 1 near perfect score. Again, just with this suspension change, it's a big deal. Just a little bit of more reach to get those wheels down low, and then this truck is fun. It's fun, and I'm so glad to be able to say that. Vanquish, if someone's watching from Vanquish, please consider testing with 90 mil instead of 80 mil shocks. You need an extra 6 mil in the panhard rod and 5 or 6 mil in the steering rod, and I used bent rod ends. It's the same rod on the steering, but it's just bent to make it fit nice. And the rest of it's honestly good. Now I can recommend this truck as being good on the rocks, and it really is. I've got the front overdrive locked at 6%, and I use dig quite a lot, and it's really effective. It's just so nice. And the stock wheels and tires too, quite good. And we know from our tire test, which you'll have seen by now, I think we got -19 on the Sendero, which was reasonable. It was at the bottom of the best performers, and that's with the plastic wheels, so I like them as well. This has been fun to bring this news to you. We've been chipping away at it, and I'm so glad it was a simple thing. Vanquish Phoenix solved. So throw me a like if this was interesting, or if you're glad you watched. Thank you for joining me for this one, and I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT.